do the intro for the club. Now, when I wrote this, it's still a work in progress. And when I wrote this was before the internet. So it's going to be a lot of old terms, but it's basically the journey of a young man that ran into a club that was a lot bigger and a lot more powerful than he thought. And he became part of this club. Now, the reason that I put this story together is because I firmly believe that in order for us to have things in this world, we have to first be able to see them, and writing books and writing fiction and putting ideas down is a major way for us to actualize some of our visions. So I wrote this book as a future testament, a future blueprint, a future motivating idea that members of GNJMedia Journey could use to move their lives and their tribe to the next level. Now I want you to understand, I wrote this so long ago. This is before we start calling GNJMedia Tribe. At first, it was called GNJMedia Nation Builder Club, right? And the whole club idea came about because I noticed that in the conscious community, we have a lot of complaints, you know what I'm saying? Or the Kwanzaa community. And we look at other situations and we kind of put them down. Like we look at churches and churches ain't doing that. But then every now and then you find them churches that are doing nation building work. You know what I'm saying? I said, all right, cool, but I didn't want to go into a church. So I came up with the concept of club because my sister married a man that was involved with a motorcycle club. And motorcycle clubs, due to their lack of motorcycles, are able to organize and able to acquire property. I've been to several parties at motorcycle clubs, right? They got it. They control the bar. And I'm like, why we can't do nothing like this? So I said, hey, we gonna use this motto. And I used that motto and I started GNJMedia Nation Builder Club. As time progressed, we moved to Tribe. But to keep the book and not go in and make all those changes, I wanted to start, I wanted to keep it in this original format. So I want to introduce to you the club, read by Brother Hot Tim, written by Brother Hot Tim. This audio is produced by Brother Hot Tim and a Heart of a Symbol production. Right? And of course, you are standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, and the place where your hustle builds muscle. My fault. You are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is GNJMedia Journey Media. I am Brother Tim, of course, this is Heart of Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the club. Oh, also, I wanted to stress, there is some confusion because, all right, let me break this down. I was writing two stories. One, I was writing a script, and the other one, I was writing the book. I was writing the club, but in my writings and over time, because like I said, this was done years ago, I mislabeled this one the Baba, and you might find it in different forms called the Baba. But the Baba was actually a script that I was writing because I ran into somebody who at that time was really into videos, and he wanted to do it, but we kind of didn't see, our visions didn't meet. He wanted us to be in loincloths and shit. Like, yo, all my shit is, I'm modern time. I don't wear no, you know what I'm saying? I ain't wearing no loincloth. You know what I'm saying? This is modern shit. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So go on and enjoy. And I'm out. Anime, we out. All right, we did our 5 minutes. I'm gone. Peace. This is Brother Hatim, and I want to welcome you to a reading of the club. I will be breaking this down into 5-minute sections so that you can keep up with the adventures. So let's move. Timer is starting now. My adventure began in a little coffee shop called Brothers. In this place, you will find a mixture of people talking business, talking about the latest politics, news, or just sitting silently enjoying their tea or coffee. I am a customer. About 4 months ago, you would never have found me in a place like this. They served no alcohol, there was no women that I could try to take home with me. I recently, 3 months ago, stepped away from the game. I just could not do it anymore. I had been hustling since I was 16, but for some reason, I just could not continue on this path. I had negative feelings about what I was doing prior to 3 months ago, but that is when I really realized I needed to stop. Usually, I could just quiet my conscience by buying myself something, or better yet, buying someone else something, but this time it wasn't satisfactory. Shopping could not and would not silence the screaming conscience this time. I realized I needed to change when this girl I had been serving for years came to do business. She was cute, but she was a crackhead. I never mixed business with pleasures. She asked me for her usual, but right away, I noticed that she was pregnant. Now, first off, I had served many pregnant women before, but this time it felt different. I stopped in my tracks. She said, "Nigga, what are you doing?" I said, "Baby girl, you're pregnant. And still fucking with this shit? Like you really give a shit. Nigga, you gonna serve me or do I have to go down the street?" "Hold on," I told her. "Hold on. You are not concerned about that life you're carrying? Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck about anything but that shit you holding in your hand. Either I'm going to give you my money or go find someone else. What the fuck are you going to do?" First off, bitch, I'm trying to show your ass some concern. Second off, I don't need your little bit of money. You can take that change down the street to one of those broke niggas if you want. And thirdly, I was only selling to your ass as a favor anyway. I told your ass 2 years ago, I don't like fucking around with this hand-to-hand bullshit anyway. Just get the fuck on. Well, fuck you too, Mr. High and Mighty. After that shit, I decided that I could not be involved with that anymore. Anything that could take control of a person like that and allow them to have total disregard for themselves and everyone around them, I was not upset. I just needed to get away and think for a while. I went to my car and left town for about 2 weeks. I was not upset. I just needed to get away and think for a while. I got a small motel room and tried to clear my head. When I came back to town, I cleared up my debts and left my crew. Shit, that was all I ever had known, and it burnt my heart that I had to leave my friends to find something better. There was no possible way I could have continued hanging with them without having my foot in the game. I stumbled on this place, Brothers, about 2 months ago when I was looking for somewhere safe and out of the way to chill. I'm not hurting for money right now, but those streets keep calling me. I found out that I was just as hooked on the life as my customers were. I thought I was escaping a curse, but money is the biggest drug. I actually miss being able to spend freely and having control over others. So now, I just come in here to think and drink some tea. Each time I come, I try something different. They got herbs for everything in this joint. Shit, the tea I'm drinking today is supposed to help my nerves, which I need. It has been hard trying to stay out of sight. I had to change my sleeping pattern, and I am used to being up all night, but if I'm going to change my life, I need to switch that up. So I try to stay up all day so that I will sleep at night. Sometimes it works, but most of the time, it doesn't. I had to move because my partners were trying to find me and help me change my mind. See, misery loves company. I had to change all my numbers. Now no one can get in touch with me. And I threw away my cell, my smartphone, with all my numbers in it, which wasn't that smart. Just in case I got the urge to call one of my friends. I never memorized phone numbers. The only numbers I like rolling through my head are those with dollar signs up front. Oh man, we have to stop right here, family. So, tune back in and see where we go on this journey. Peace. Welcome, family. Hey, I want to welcome you to my personal boot camp and training for those of you who want to get into podcasting and streaming. And I'm offering it for free, man. I'm trying to tell y'all better take advantage of this while you can. What's the anime? What'd you say? What'd you say? What you talking about? Why you interrupting me? What? You and Simba been talking. Simba, you got something to do with this? I don't believe you saying it. What? Are you serious? You saying I shouldn't get a course away for free? Why not? Need an explosion in there on you on this too? Why you saying that I shouldn't get a course away for free? I'm confused. I don't understand what's going on. Y'all been rocking with me for a long time. For real? All right. Y'all don't speak Lion. You don't speak Phoenix. You don't speak Explosion. What Anime just broke down, she said, Brother Hatim, if you make the course free, people won't value it, nor will they finish it. So they telling me not to make it free. Am I understanding y'all correctly? All right, Explosion, I got you. Explosion said, boom. Now, you got to listen to the intonations, though, right? You got to listen to those intonations. He said, boom. He said, remember, when you put out the free GNJE course, you didn't have people take it. And when you allow people to get into the Nguza Saba challenge for free, they don't finish. So if people do not invest, they will not complete it. So rather than free, we're going to make this e-course. I'm going to give 80% off. We're going to give 80% off. If you click the link below right here, I will give you 80% off of the e-course. It's no longer free. All right. So thank you very much. And I'm out. Peace. This is Brother Hatim of the GNJMedia Club and the Institute of Self-Mastery, bringing another segment of our Nation Builder series. This is a supplemental CD. What I want to cover in this CD is meditation. Many people who listen to my Self-Mastery series has asked me, how do we get access to this true self that you speak about? So I decided to put
out a more practical CD, no philosophy, just practice, that can help you align with your true power. I call this CD Meditation by the Numbers. I need you to find a comfortable, safe place that you can relax in for at least 15 minutes. I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation. Now, here are some steps that I want you to follow. Listen very closely. Step 1. If you have a certain issue that you want to work on, that you want to take to your true and sacred self, stop the CD and write them down or put it firmly in your mind. The last thing you want to do is to work your way all the way through the meditation and get there and start trying to make up things that you want to deal with. You want to be prepared when you enter your sacred space, when you enter you'll enter the room with your true self. I suggest you work on one issue at a time. You own the CD so you can redo the process as many times as you like. Step 2, make sure you are in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Please do not be driving or working with heavy equipment while you listen to the CD. I'm not responsible for you falling asleep and crashing or tearing somebody's property up because you driving a bulldozer. I'm not trying to go through those issues. Either lie down or assume a meditation posture. Step 3, we will breathe through our nose in this exercise. I want you to close your eyes. If you would, close your eyes. Yeah, there you go. And I want you to think of your belly as a balloon. When you breathe in through your nose, like so, allow your breath to fill up your belly and allow your belly to expand. Your belly should expand with each breath in and collapse with each breath out. Now I want you to follow this rhythm. Get ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Now hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Once you start feeling that rhythm, you got the basic idea. I want you to breathe in nice and slow. Hold for a few seconds. Release the breath. We're trying to get your whole body to relax. We're trying to get your whole being involved in this meditation. Now, breathe in the way that I just showed you and just listen to the music and relax. I want you to relax your entire body. We're going to start with your feet. Let your feet totally relax and focus on your feet and all its parts. Relax each toe and allow the sensation, this force of relaxation to move up into your ankles and allow them to relax and feel the warm sensation move through your ankles up into your calves. Relax. Now move energy to your knees. Relax. Allow it to sit there for a second. Feel that energy. Feel the warmth that's going through. Feel the relaxation. Feel the tension leaving. Now I want you to move it up through your thighs. Relax. Relax. Feel the energy flow. I want you to focus on the front and the back of the thighs. Allow those muscles to relax. Now I want you to move the energy up through your butt and relax. Relax. Around your waist. Relax. Now I want you to focus on your waist and your lower back and your lower abdomen. I want you to relax them. Just allow the energy to move up. All you gotta do is focus your mind on them for a second and allow them to relax. Allow the blood to flow. Now I want you to move up into the middle of your back and also into the middle of your abdomen. Allow them to relax. Breathe. Make sure you continue to breathing. Now moving up to the chest and the upper back. I want you to relax that as well. Remember, you're not breathing with your chest, you're breathing with your belly. So that's really the only part that's moving. Now I want you to move the energy up through your shoulders. Relax. Allow that warm energy to massage those shoulders that's been working so hard. I want you to just totally allow your body to just melt to the spot you're in. Now I want you to feel the energy to roll down through your arms, through your biceps and your triceps, all the way down into your fingertips. And I want you to totally relax. Feel the relaxation rolling through your fingers, both sets. Feel it in your thumbs. Feel it in your wrist. Feel it in your palms. Feel it in your elbows. Just allow them to relax. Allow your arms to melt and become part of your torso. Now I want you to take the energy, roll it back up your arms, and allow it to come into your neck, and allow your neck to totally relax. Now I want you to move it from your neck back into the back of your head. Totally relax. Move it to your jaw and your face. Allow your face to relax. Allow your eyes to relax. Allow the top of your head to relax. Now your entire body is totally relaxed. You are safe. Peace. Once again, allow your entire body to melt into the spot that you are in. Become one with that environment by allowing all of the muscles to totally release any tension and any energy that may be inhibiting, that may be stopping them, that may be giving you cramps or giving you stiff necks. I want you to relax all that. And I want you to allow your entire body to totally relax and totally let go. Now, if for any reason this session is interrupted, you will come to full consciousness, feeling fully rested and full of energy to deal with the issue, whether it's the CD just cutting off or whether it's an emergency that may be happening in your house. Because I don't want us to get so relaxed that when we get deep down in there, we can't come out. So you are relaxed. But if anything pops off, you're going to come through in full consciousness and be fully ready to deal with it, fully rested, and with all your faculties. So go on and relax because you are safe. You're in your Creator's arms. Now continue breathing. Now we'll begin to count. And with each number, our relaxed state will increase by 9 times. 9 times. Totally relax. Listen to the music. Listen to the beat. Allow it to flow through you. Once again, allow your body to melt into the very spot that you are in. I'm going to count down, starting with 10. And when I get to 0, be totally relaxed, totally at peace, and in the presence of your higher self. So I start with 10. This is the number that symbolizes our perfection. And in us Realizing this perfection deep within, we can relax and be at peace and learn to live with our true nature, which is truly perfection. We are 10. We realize who we are, and we realize our perfection in our relaxed state. Allow ourselves to sink 9 times deeper into the meditation posture, into the meditation mind state. We allow ourselves to go deep. Now we are 9. As I say 9, we go a little bit deeper. 9 is the symbol of our completion. We are complete beings, and all that we need lies within and is waiting for us to speak and live it into existence. And in our knowingness, we can relax even more. We go deeper into our unconscious, into our subconscious, till we are approaching our higher self. And now we are at an 8. As we sink deeper into relaxation and peace, we are reminded by the symbol of the 8 that all power lies within us. The infinite power of the heavens and the earth, the spirit and the material, lies in our true self. So we continue our journey in safety as we become even more relaxed. We approach a state that our ancient ancestors called Hotep or Haytep, state of total and absolute peace. And we move to 7 as we sink 9 times deeper. Symbol 7 reveals that through our relaxation, we move toward what is perfect within us. All that we have experienced and studied are lying in our infinite intelligence, waiting to assist us in our journey called life. So we go deeper, and relax, and allow all the cares of the world to fall off as we seek what is real reality. We are at 6. We go 9 times deeper than we have ever been before in our relaxed state, in our meditative posture, as we approach a trance state. The symbol of 6 speaks to our family, first internally and then externally. 6 reminds us that we have family within that we must nurture. The family of the spirit, mind, emotions, and body. 6 again speaks to us of our completeness and perfection we seek, usually outside ourselves. But this perfection lies deep within our souls, deep in our hearts, deep within where our true self, our higher self rests. And now we are at 5 as we go 9 times deeper. Meditation. Symbol of 5 speaks to the true freedom that lies within. And by us embracing this freedom, we can go deeper into our meditative state. Now we move to 4. Go 9 times deeper. Symbol of 4 speaks to us of the internal order that lies within, coincides with the outer order of the grand universe. By embracing the 4, we move deeper into our meditative state, totally at peace, totally relaxed. Only thing that even approaches our mind is preparing ourselves to greet the higher part of who we are. 3. I count 3. At the count of 3, we go 9 times deeper. The symbol of 3 reminds us of our ability to communicate with the power that lies at the true center of our lives anytime we choose. The number 3 reminds us that we have a constant access to that higher power, whether we call it God, whether we call it Allah, whether we call it Buddha, whether we call it Netaru or just Neta, whether we call it Amen, it does not matter. We have a constant and eternal access to this. We have a eternal link up, as they would say, with the internet, with this power. This brings us to 2. And we are 9 times deeper than we have ever been before. We are totally relaxed. It's almost as if our body is floating. As I count 2, symbol 2 brings us into a mode of cooperation and trust with our true self and our Creator. Realizing this, we go deeper into a state of relaxation. We have a cooperation, we have a relationship with this higher power that's not contingent on our ego. It's not contingent on what we have or where we work or what other people think about us. This relationship, this cooperation we have with the Creator is totally dependent on the relationship that we want, not what others have determined for us. And now we count 1. And as we count 1, we go deeper on this journey. And 1 reminds us of our interdependence with this power within. Through this interdependence, all things are possible. At this point, we are totally relieved, relaxed, and approved, and approach the Holy of Holies within at the speed of light. At the next count, we will be in the presence of our true self, and we are ready to commune with this absolute, complete, and perfect part of our being. 0. At this point in time, we have reached a state of total relaxation, and we are in the presence of the ultimate power. 0 is the symbol of the ultimate reality. Now that we have reached this point, next time we want to come here, it will be easier for us to attain this state. The more we practice, the easier it becomes for us. Now it's time for you to commune with the power that lies within you. Stay as long as you like. When you are ready to return to consciousness, you can and will come back. When you return, you will be totally renewed, regenerated, and full of energy to manifest what you need in your life. I'll leave you in peace and with the blessings of our Creator and our ancestors. Remember this: expect a miracle and a change in you. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Well, your response would be Ujima. Right, that's today. Today is the 3rd day of the celebration. Of course, the celebration begins January 2nd. Actually, not the celebration, but the work. Ujima collective work and responsibility. So we'll begin different today than we've run before. We were talking about it, then we lit the candles, the Umoja and Kuji Chagalia. But today we're going to light Ujima first, and then we're going to talk about it. But in order to do that, we would have to take and bless, name this particular principle, this candle as that particular principle. So I'm also putting on some frankincense and oils, blessing that, and looking at it from the point of view that this is represented Ujima. Remember the three areas: the body, the wick, and the flames, and they all come together as one. And so we've already named this candle here as Ujima, and we want to now do it. I'm going to light this candle in the name of Ujima. And now we'll place that in its position. There are several ways which the folks have been lighting candles. My particular method is coming from when I was at Jekyll Island, Georgia, with Dr. Karanga in the first National Kwanzaa. And that we started in the middle. It's also from the African Center for Study and Worship here. We started in the middle and went to the right, which is your left. And then we went to the left and then to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. There's another way that's out now where you start in the middle with the black candle, you go all the way to the right, and then you go to the right again, and then you go to the right again, and then you go to the left, then you go to the, you go to the out, and then come in and come in. And then there's one group that's doing the black, of course, candle all the way to the right, and then all the way to the left. Then the middle, then here, then here. So there's several ways. These are different families doing that. We understand the concept, and we understand the principles and what they're named for. So that discussion will be a discussion, that we may or may not have. But in this particular family right now, we're looking at it from the drop of water, a drop that hits water and it moves out from the center. So the Umoja, Kuji Chagalia, Ujima, Ujimania, Kuumba, and Imani. We're moving it that way. This light comes from the main light over there that we had processed through lighting ceremony on December the 22nd, which is the birth of the sun, the new sun. And then we used to transfer it from the candle, from the flame, which happens in that container there, to the candle, from the candle to the lantern, and from the lantern to the candle. And so nowadays we do it a little differently, okay? Yours is Ujima. Ujima'a. Yeah. Well, I'll say Habagani. You say Ujima'a, because it's cooperative economics. Okay. Habagani. Ujima'a. Yes. Cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own businesses, stores, and other businesses, and profit from them together. That's today. So we're gonna light the candle for that. Remember, we did Umoja, Kuji Chagalia, Ujima, and now Ujima'a. And we first want to take that candle out and take a look at it and put the blessing on it of what it is and what it represents. And then we will light that one in the name of Ujima'a. It's called, that means that this candle then becomes that. And we have to understand what that means. So we'll talk about that. And that goes here. Remember, there's several ways which folks light. This way, center, most all of them are the center black, and then we go right, left, right, left, right, left. Some go center black, right out here, left out here, and then come in, and then some go black, red, 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 then green, green, green. So there's several ways. Our family does it this way: black, red, green, red, green, red, green, like that. Okay, what is cooperative economics? What is economics in general? Well, the first thing we want to talk about is the economics is a people economics, and that's person to person. The economics where I have a relationship with you, and I'm helping you, and you're helping me, and that personal economics, that investment in each other. That's not the one that we're actually living in and moving around in right now. The one that everybody seems to be looking at is the one called wealth. We understand what wealth is. That's how you accumulate actual, what we call in this country, money. That. Do you need that in order to survive? Yes. Wealth is based on couple of things, but one of them is land. How much land do you actually own? That's in your name. The deed is yours. It's not belong to someone else, the bank, or a group, another group. The deed actually belongs to you. So that's basically what we're talking about. So from your land, you can build on your land, do what you need to do on your land. So in this particular principle, what do we have around us right now that actually says that's what we're doing? Well, this particular school, from what I understand, Millennium Community School, is in the process of doing that, is accumulating land. So as a young person, what land do you control or own? That's why we emphasize the mkeka, the land, and everything else on the table of the Nguzo Saba sets on the mkeka, which represents the land. That's the ownership. And that shows that you are developing and doing things on that land. Now, so money then gets to be a complicated, complex, divisive piece if you look at it or perceive it that way. In a lot of things, how do I accumulate wealth, or how do I accumulate those things that need to satisfy me in the land? So that's the discussion that you need to have amongst yourself. How do you start with it? I'll give you an example. If you're playing Monopoly, how many of you played Monopoly? Raise your hands. You can talk to me too. If you played Monopoly, you can talk to me, those of you over there. Okay. When you start to play Monopoly, what's the first thing that has to happen besides picking out your little toy? What's the first thing? You collect $200. Well, in the system that we're in now, the culture that we're talking about, my particular culture, as we were brought into the game, we were not given $200. So every time we landed on something, how could we buy it? We had to borrow from somebody or something to that effect, right?
I know. Y'all was expecting a video, but things happened once again. So now we having problems with uploading videos, and the service that we're using is saying that we use up too much space when everything that we signed said unlimited. I'm confused. But nah, I'm not really confused. But yo, we about to do it. We're about to do it. Elder Tony is about to light the candle. And for those of you who want to get a deeper insight on the Kwanzaa experience, you have to get on our email list, because Elder Tony, Baba Tony, is breaking it down. And so we're going to be dripping that out over the email list. I'm working on some of it now. I found a workaround. So, tune in.
Habagani. Good morning. Well, this is the 5th day. As you can see, we had the other 4 days going. We're now going to move over to blessing and naming this particular candle, and we're doing it with the oil, and we have that going. And we're going to name this candle Nia for the fifth principle. And there's Nia and the purpose. And we're going to restore our community and everything to its traditional greatness. We're going to light this off of Umoja. Look at that. We have a real big ceremony tonight, which we will be discussing and doing in depth, Nia. And so for the rest of the day, we're going to take a look at purpose. What is the purpose? What is your own personal purpose? And then what is the group's purpose? Because remember, Kuji Chagalia, self-determination, the self is the individual, but the individual is just like this hand. You have individual fingers, but they all come together as one. And the open hand has one purpose, and the fist has another purpose. So the individual fingers, their understanding is to become one when they need to become one. You can do the hand like this and make it a scoop. As we're drumming and using our hands, as the fingers are spread, we call that a slap. As the fingers are together, we hold them together like this with the thumb out, we call that a tone. So the individual is still a part of the group. That's what we're looking at in Nia. What is the purpose of the individual's responsibility to the group and the group's responsibility to the individual? Ashe? Habagani.
Kuumba.
Okay, so today's Kuumba. What we want to do is light this a candle first, but before we do that, we normally it wouldn't even be in the Kanara or in the candle holder. We want to bless it with the oil. We're using frankincense, of course, because it's the morning piece, and we want to bless the body and name the body, so that we know that that's what this is. We also want to bless the wick. The wick is that consciousness, that understanding, before we bring the flame to it. So we named this a candle in the name of, what is it, Kuumba today? Yeah, this is the 6th day. And now we want to light this candle in the name of Kuumba from the Unity Candle. And just to make sure that the understanding from 1965 is done, I'm going to read it from one of the books. Kuumba, creativity. To do always as much as we can, in the way we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. So what we're looking at here also is something that moved over from Nia, because Nia was saying to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Ujamaa, cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them. So we're basically still talking about community, not necessarily artwork and things of that nature. So as we take a look at Kuumba, the creativity is to always do as much as we can in the way in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we found it. So we're still in the structure of the group, the community. And how was that done? So as we move over and talk, most of the time when we discuss how we interpret it from the perspective of artwork and doing things of that nature, basically a lot of this from from 1965, pretty much 1865 too, with Juneteenth, was us talking about our community and our community and how to maintain that. How do we get creative in keeping the community alive, developing the community? So a lot of times when we discuss what we're talking about during this time, we're not talking in terms of community, we're talking in terms of something else. So I think that the rest of this time that we will be talking, Habagani,
Imani.
Imani. Today is the beginning and the end, or the end and the beginning of the cycle. It's Imani. And it's brought in one of those words that is has a lot of understanding that brings to it. So what I'm going to do is do what I did a couple of days, a day ago, and say, it's going to read it from the script that was done September the 7th, 1965, Malana Karanga. Imani, faith, to believe with all our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness of and victory of our struggle. Now, that's kind of saying a lot. So under the directions I had from one of my instructors, which was Dr. Marie Bekelsey, it asked us to interpret or to understand that, ingest it, and then bring it back out in our own words, how we understood that. So I understood that as my faith, if we're using that American word, British word, English word, it's based on knowledge. And by knowing the knowledge, observing the knowledge of what you do, when you do it, and how you do it, I'm able to understand the belief with my heart, our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness of victory of our struggle. Because my knowledge is based on observing you and seeing that you're doing what you said you were going to do. And looking at it from that perspective, I get a clearer understanding of faith. Now, the understanding of faith that most folks might go to would be another definition of the word. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is to do like we've done with the others, is we're going to bless this candle and name it in the name of Imani. And there again, just like the other candles, the majority of the conversation is based on the community. It's restoring our community and everything. Everything is based on the group, the community. And I also want to say now, we'll name, as we did the oil, and we will name this candle in the name of Imani. And now I will light this candle in the name of Imani. This one is really a good understanding. Because, like we said, it's also very easy to move this into the understanding is faith. Is that when they translated that, were they talking about religion? And we have to have that question either answered or not answered, or we just have to have that question talked about. My faith in what? And as we read here from the, like I said, I'm going to do it again before I come around. Maulana Karanga, September the 7th in 1965. Now remember, Kwanzaa was done in December. So this was done, this document comes out of the Kawaida, which is also Kwanzaa, which comes out of the Kawaida. And it talks about faith, to believe with all our heart. Now, in our understanding, our heart and our mind are the balance of each other. In our people, what people? Which people? In our parents, in our teachers, in our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. So this is the kind of faith that they're talking about. And basically, it seems to me that we're really talking about